I've been a trainer for 20 years, a martial arts coach for 30 years. I was a circus coach for 15 years. The advice to deadlift has never been one that has helped me. It is only one that has ever hurt me. So I don't encourage people to do it. Deadlifting is expensive. Frankly, I don't know a lot of people who own their own house and have their own Olympic bar set up. I get older every year and I get more responsibility. I don't have time to go to a gym every day like I could when I was young. If I am gonna go to a gym, I'm gonna go to a BJJ gym or a circus gym. Going to deadlift just isn't something that works for me. But deadlift patterns are incredibly important. Picking up heavy objects is a fundamental human skill. When you practice any deadlift pattern, you're practicing what we call hip snap. We are going back in our hips, we are standing up, and we are standing up straight. The longer the modern world goes on, the more important standing up becomes. Most people are adapted to sitting. We sit in cars, we sit on trains, we sit at work, we sit on planes, we sit at home. Everybody should be practicing a deadlift pattern. The version of a deadlift pattern that has always worked better for me and allowed me to train uninjured has been the kettlebell swing. Let's talk about a couple of versions of the kettlebell swing, how you start it, 2 hands on, what you alternate that with, hand to hand, and then let's go to 1 kettlebell in each hand, and then we'll talk about the math at the end. Sub-maximal load is key to staying alive if you have a ton of injuries. I have a full PCL replacement, LCL, I have $150,000 of surgery. My goal is to not get another $150,000. Alternating the 2-hand swing with the hand-to-hand swing is a really good strategy for avoiding surgery and avoiding hospitals. 2 hands on, we start with our feet at the bell, our feet pointed straight ahead. Whenever we're doing a single kettlebell, our goal is to point our feet straight ahead. We do not need to turn out. This is an adaptation to the modern world. It's not natural. Our goal is to try to do this with natural footing. Step back 12 to 18 inches, thumb points up, get down. Our goal is to lean back away from the weight. Our weight is in our heels, our lat is on. Push the weight back, allow the hips to snap up. Push, snap, push, snap, push, snap, push, snap. When you set it down, how you set it down matters. Set it down with good technique. Most people get hurt setting it down because they just drop it or they bend their back when they're not trained or ready to do that. That was the most basic version that you're gonna do the most of. The next most important version is hand to hand, where we're gonna pass the weight from one hand to the other. This does something that barbell just can't do. Barbell's a big symmetrical weight. You pick it up. If one side is stronger, the stronger side takes over. That for me has always led to injury. Hand to hand allows me to go back and forth between my good side and my bad side and try to make them equally strong while still giving them an escape valve if something were to go wrong inside of my body. We're gonna start with our weak hand. Point our feet straight ahead, step back 12 to 18 inches. Let's point the handle towards our body. Thumb points up, thumb points down, drive the shoulder away from the ear, squeeze the lat. Abs are on, glutes are on at the top. Make your legs straight and strong. Everything here is about standing up. We're gonna push the weight back, change hands at the top. When you set it down, push back, set it down with good technique. Everybody gets hurt setting it down. When we're doing that, we are pushing the weight back, standing up, pointing our thumb up. The other hand is finding the bell, so the hands are out of each other's way. One hand is on one side, it grabs the bell, it points down, fire the lat, load, snap the hips. When you practice for 10 minutes, set 1 is 2 hands, set 2 is hand to hand, set 3 is 2 hands. This method works incredibly well for me to make sure my body is balanced. When I have 2 hands on, I'm finding square. When I have hand to hand, I'm training each side, the injured side and the non-injured side, to be equally as strong. When you get really injured, you get unbalanced. Once you're unbalanced, if you don't fix it every day forever, you just keep getting injured. The double kettlebell swing isn't done as much because it costs twice as much money. you have to have 2 bells. This gets a lot closer to standard barbell deadlifting, but it still allows an escape valve because each hand is moving independently. The setup's similar, but your feet are wider. Some people will find, based on the height and the length of their levers, how long their bones are, that they might have to turn out a little bit on the double. I encourage people to try to point their feet straight ahead, but it's less important here. Step back 12 to 18 inches, thumbs point up, thumbs point down. Fire the lats. Lean back, load the glutes. Push the weights back, snap up. Set it down with good technique. Let's talk numbers. Normally people will work with 1 bell for years, and they will repeat a training cycle with a lightweight where they have imperfect form, and they will start with low reps, say 10 sets of 6, they will build up, and it's 10 minutes twice a week. It's very effective. It removes all the need to travel to the gym. It removes the expense of a barbell. It allows you to train almost anywhere, apartment, park, field, so you can be more consistent. It also balances the body better because you have that hand-to-hand movement in there, which trains your injured side to be like your strong side. Normally, athletes will start with a weight that's light because they don't have in-person coaching. So I designed this bell to give people years of training ability. So this is what we call the Delta 40K. Normally people max out at 32K, which is 70 pounds, which is really heavy for a kettlebell. I wanted to try to get people towards 40K. I wanted a bunch of weights above 32K. So I made a bell that has all the in-between weights so people can keep benefiting from swings for years. I think most people will start with 14K, which is so light that they might not hurt themselves. Then they go to 16K, 18K, 20K, 22, 24K. That's already 6 months of training twice a week. After that, with the changes in the modern population, people are getting a little bit more injured and a little sicker every year. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. That's already 14 months of training. Now that we have better equipment, we can go 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. That's 22 months of training with 1 kettlebell. Then you can go back and you can start over. Double kettlebells are twice as heavy. You go to 40K, you might drop all the way back down to double 14s, but 2 14s is really 28. 2 15s is really 30. 2 16s is 32. By the time you get to double 20s, you're at 40K. You're now at the weight of that single bell, but now we can push it to double 40K, which is 80K. Think 88 pounds, let's round it to 90 pounds for 40K times 2, 180 pounds. Our goal is to get to 200 reps in 10 minutes. Just doing it with 40K, 90 pounds, 200 reps is a lot. You are gonna get an incredible amount of athletic development out of that in the least amount of time for the least amount of money. 20 minutes a week, keep going for 22 months, get a second bell, and now run it for another couple of years. It's like a deadlift program, but it doesn't hurt me. Every time I go and I train with my CrossFit buddies or my Olympic lifting buddies, my injuries are just really severe. I need a full knee replacement. I already have a full PCL, LCL. I don't have a meniscus. I gotta get stem cells or something just to stay alive. Swings allow me to train, but not be crippled. I'm old. I just don't have time to be hurt anymore. I don't have more money. I don't know who can afford another $50,000 worth of surgery, but it's certainly not me. Kettlebell swings will give you benefit for years to come, and if you run them correctly and at the right pace, you're gonna keep yourself from getting hurt. The key point is to live pain-free, have years of training, get better every time, and to live a good life. Kettlebell swings do that for me very, very well.